Hello. Welcome back to some Voyager Tarot for our Power Animal of the Week weekly reading. As always, we have our Power Animal messages, we have our Chakra wisdom, and what's interesting is that today some very deep dark energies came through, which were really nice. It felt like fresh soil. So the energies of the divine feminine or the dark mother came through very strongly today. So I did also end up pulling some occult tarot cards as well, which will be these guys here. They're really cool, by Travis McHenry. So I really like those cards a lot. They're really fun to work with when you're working with like shadow energies, just the void side of polarity. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. And we have 4 piles today. So on the first pile we have Tormy, my black tourmaline. I know I'm not saying tourmaline right, I don't care. And we have that accompanied by the Murder of Crows tarot. And then we have the Gilded Tarot with a piece of sodalite. I don't know why it's like out of focus. There we go. And then we have the Voyager Tarot with the African turquoise. And then we have the Spellcaster's Tarot with the good old amethyst shard. I will also be pulling some romance messages as well today using the romance angels. There's something coming through in the air around romance, soul tribe connections, deep connections. I feel like that's going to be kind of plastered all throughout this year, where people are starting to truly connect and come into union with, physical union with their soul tribe, twin flames, soulmates, things like that. And that energy is coming through like a freight train today, and especially came through very strongly for me yesterday. So I'll also be doing a little relationship read for this week and just seeing what the energies are looking like. I may do a like separate read for it too if it's still feeling strongly, if I'm still feeling it really strongly, but otherwise I want to just focus on what's going on this week with their power animal energies and what is this message that we have from the dark mother, because she has risen, she is alive, she is awake, and regardless if you are male or female, you know, in body, she is rising up in a lot of people's bodies. I just feel her very deeply in my own, and I know a lot of you out there probably feel her energy as well, because she is working, she's up, and she's hungry, she's very alive. So I'm very excited to work with that energy. So let me stop babbling and talking. Here are our piles. Choose intuitively, do whatever little cute little fun witchy things you have to do in order to pick your pile, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. For all of our friends who chose Tormy, our black tourmaline, this message is for you. Tormy is giving off some strong energy today. I like it. So as always, we'll get into your power animal first, and then we'll look at the rest of your oracle cards that we have here. We don't have too many oracle cards today because I want to do like a little mini romance reading, because it's coming through very strongly. There are some strong seductive sexual connection union energies in the air, so I want to make sure that if there were any messages out there that I want to make sure that they got to who they needed to get to. So what we'll do is we'll start with your power animal, and then we'll get into your tarot and oracle cards a little bit later. So your power animal for this week is snake. Yeah, like the epitome of the dark mother. Ooh. Okay. So this energy is coming through so strongly as embracing depth, embracing your darker side. It feels like, especially your darker side of spirituality, it feels like, pile 1, you are the type of people who want so desperately to be spiritual, and you want so desperately to be love and light, positivity and stuff like that. And that's just not how it works. When you don't acknowledge the darker side of spirituality, you leave out the growth, the depth, the deepness, the connection to the true heart. source and spirit and high vibrational energies do not lock out depth. They don't lock out dense energies. They actually embrace them fully as part of the all. So it's very, very hard to be truly or practice actually rather spirituality fully if you're leaving out one half of what spiritual nature is. As you can see in the world, we have both, you know, the light and the darkness coming through, right? We have a very beautiful world, but our beautiful world can also be very cruel. So I honestly feel like your message of this week, especially for anybody practicing spirituality, wanting to go into spiritually based work, embrace your darkness, your depth, the dark mother, the divine feminine. Embrace your anger, your frustration, your grittiness, your boundaries. Like anger and depth and grief and resentment and all those really deep considered dark or negative emotions play a huge role in our growth and who we are as people. So I honestly feel like this week you may be challenged in that way, because what Snake is asking you to do is transform them and give birth to something new, right? It's like a shedding of a layer, but it's almost like too that you're taking this energy, these deep energies, and you're allowing them to be metabolized by the heart and be metabolized by your body by actually feeling them, besides trying to stuff them away with false positivity. When you try to layer your negative emotions with positivity, all they do is fester and get deeper and more angry and they become more alive. They just generate more momentum. The way to disperse them truly and release them truly, if you want to release negative emotions, the best option you have is to feel them fully. Allow them to run their course. Cry, scream, tell someone the truth if you have to, whatever that is. But I honestly feel like this week, and it seems like beyond, this is going to be kind of like something you'll be dealing with in spots this year, especially because it's really challenging you to grow in your spirituality and your spiritual nature. Like, stop the false positivity, stop the, oh, I have to be love and light, or I have to be perfect, or I can't be mean, or I always have to practice kindness and things like that when it comes to spirituality, or if I want to be accepted by the divine. No, the divine can hold you in your anger as much as the divine can hold you in your love. So please, 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 please honor your divinity and your grace, and the divinity and grace that is found in your darkness. That is a message that is coming through so strongly with Snake. Take that depth and transform it into something you can use, into a fuel, into sensation. Okay, so that is the message we got going through with the snake. So I wanted to pull some tarot and see if there's any other energies out there that want to make themselves apparent. I feel like it's just going to kind of echo what I already said. Yep, Three of Swords. It's just going to echo what I'm already saying. It's like, allow your heart to be cracked open. Allow yourself to feel sensation with this Three of Swords. Like, feel the pain. Really feel it. Allow it to move you, you know? That's what it's saying. It's coming through very, very strongly. We have the Knight of Wands. Oh, let me actually like show you the cards. You have the Knight of Wands. And then you have the Three of Swords. Yeah, this is going to ignite like a whole nother level of sensation in your body, of passion, of flavor, of depth that you've never really experienced before. It's very, very beautiful. Ooh. We have the Three of Wands as well. I'm going to put these guys back. But this card wants to stay out. And you also have, yeah, the World. Exactly. Exactly. And let's see what your bottom deck is. You have the Four of Wands for bottom deck. Yeah, it's just, yeah, this is definitely, if you are someone who is new to spirituality, practicing spirituality, or wanting to go into like spirituality based work or anything of that nature, you are being asked to stop the false positivity. It's coming through very, very strongly with this Three of Swords paired with this Knight of Wands, because the Knight of Wands has a very sexual, lustful, charged energy, high octane energy about them, and that energy really does help transform a lot of the depth, and especially with the World here and with the looking towards the future with the Three of Wands, especially with, you see how it's almost like we have this like yin and yang effect going on here with this white bird or this white crow in the darkness. You're definitely being asked to fully complete your spirituality, besides trying to dive into duality, trying to bounce back and forth between the duality, because you're being asked to show up as your full self, not a half self, not this self that, oh, I'm just positive and blah, blah, you know. No, you have your darker days, you have your days or your experiences that simply feel unpleasant, and in order for you to teach this level of spirituality to other people, you have to acknowledge every emotion as sacred and let human beings be human beings. Allow humans to be. And if you don't allow humans to be in their darkest, in their depth, they're missing out on such a flavorful part of their life. And that's exactly what you're being asked to do here. Like, you're definitely building a new foundation with this type of energy. Like, it's digging something up in you, and this may be shadow work. It may be you're going into depth, and it may be painful. I'm not gonna lie, shadow work can sometimes be very painful, especially if you're someone who has a lot of pent-up anger, frustration, trauma, past life trauma can come through, childhood trauma and things like that. It can be painful, but that is your creme de la creme. Like, that is your medicine. That pain is your medicine, and that's something you're able to teach in a real way to real humans, besides someone who just, and not to invalidate their experience, but it's like you're able to have a connection with someone besides someone who, oh, I just want to go to school for psychology, you know, and that's just what I'm doing because I'm doing it. This energy is more of you're teaching in a more realistic and human way. And in order for you to do that, you have to be human and allow yourself to feel all the depth and all the light too. Don't try to leave the light out either. It's like this beautiful dance duality is, right? That comes into wholeness. Come into wholeness. That beautiful dance between this darkness and this light, the seed being planted in the soil and just reaching up and going towards the light, you know. This is that type of energy, and that's what you're being asked to do. It's just kind of like allow yourself to be in the darkness and the depth while your seeds just travel up and sprout. Kiss your way all the way up through this depth and this deepness that you're probably going to be experiencing. All right, so I want to pull your 2 Occult Tarot cards and see what messages they have to kind of like reinforce what is going on here. Then we'll go to the Chakra Wisdom cards, and then we'll just pull a couple Romance Angels to see what's going on over there as well. So you have the 6 of Swords with Seer. I hope I'm saying that right. So you can like actually see the card. Travels the world over in an instant and brings anything anywhere. Gives the truth about thefts and hidden treasures, willing to do anything one commands. And then we have Andromalius. Hope I'm saying that right too. So that's 70 and 72. Interesting. Which is the 7 of Swords with returns items and punishes thieves, reveals hidden treasures. Yeah, for sure. So you have the 6 and 7 of Swords. This is definitely like a spiritual push. It feels like it's like a spiritual birthing that you're having to do. And especially with the 6 and 7 of Swords, I feel like the 6 of Swords and 7 of Swords are basically saying you are moving out of this self-deception, this fakeness. Because I feel like there is some fakeness here. I'm sorry to use a word so blatantly, you know, but there's some fakeness here. It feels like in order because you want so badly to heal, and to deliver positive outcomes to people, you have this way almost of ignoring the depth or trying to overshadow or overcast the darker energies that are being asked to be worked with by you, because you want so badly to people please and allow people to have, or you want people to hear the things that they want to hear, and that's not what you're being asked to do. You're asked to deliver messages that sometimes people won't want to hear, but that is the best thing for them, you know, because you're not enabling their behavior or anything like that. So it's definitely like a little confrontational at some points, but I'm honestly feeling like you're going to get more confrontational with your own self, because it's getting to a point to where I feel like your own depth is starting to pile on top of you, and you're trying to overcast it with this false positivity, or if I just meditate, or if I just think it away, it'll be fine. And it's like, no, there's no thinking this away. This is sensation. This is using sensation to transform. This is using feeling to release. This is not trying to think it, or just keep reading spiritual quotes online and hoping that your grief is erased or all your wounds are sewn. This is self-healing, and this is self-soothing. This is finding your own healing modalities, and this is taking the needle and sutures. This is taking the sutures and just sewing yourself up. But in order for you to do that, you have to feel the wound, and you have to know that it's there, and you have to take responsibility for cleaning it up. So this is it. If this is like definitely something that will step into your awareness this week, for absolutely sure. But this feels like it has the energy of, this is something you'll be working with a lot this year, because the energies are really trying to transform you in a way that is beneficial not only to yourself, but the people that you want to help and all the people that you come in contact with. So this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Let's look at your chakra wisdom cards and see what they have to say. So you have connect with spirit, and you have radiate warmth and sincerity. Whoa, you have 3 cards. I did not know that. And you have inner knowing. So I'm sorry about like the lighting, but we'll get to that later. So we have radiate warmth and sincerity with the heart chakra. I am open to sharing, accepting, communicating, and connecting with others as I focus on this moment, not the past or the future. A smile, a kind-hearted way of speaking, or a hug goes a long way towards uplifting others. I offer care and support where I can without rescuing. I nurture and respect my relationships. Okay. I honestly feel like that is what is desiring to happen. And I feel like there's almost like this flip mode here with this card that's going on, to where you are using a smile and a kind way of speaking and things like that in situations where it's not necessarily needed. And that line, I offer care and support where I can without rescuing, is coming through so strong, because there's this like almost this enabling energy that's happening, where because you're not coming forth and speaking out, and because you're not speaking the full truth when it is made apparent to you, you're like, people are not getting the medicine that they need. Does that make sense? So it feels like there's this energy that wants to come through, and that wants to be felt through your heart chakra, or like just this sensation, feeling it and metabolizing it through the heart, like I was saying earlier. And then you also have the third eye with, let's see if you can actually see it, inner knowing. I trust my inner knowing, and I am at peace with myself. I create more moments of stillness and silence, and I listen for the truth. I am open to connecting with and listening to my gut and my heart's feelings, and I don't override them with my mind's logic, exactly like I was saying. I practice meditation, prayer, and contemplation. Yeah, for sure. This is like, if you go into stillness, don't try to fight what you see there as the truth. If there's some depth that's coming through, or there's something that you deem is scary that's coming through, it's the best option you have is to not fight it. Now, if it is too overwhelming for you and you don't really have any way to kind of ground yourself, then I would say just exit the meditation or something like that, and then ground yourself in your reality. When that happens to me, typically what I do is I will say my face, I'll just describe my face, I'll say my name, I'll say where I'm at, I'll kind of describe the smells that I'm smelling, things that I'm hearing, stuff like that, just to ground myself if I'm getting to if I'm feeling sensation so deeply and I can't hold it, because it's not all the time that we can hold very deep sensation as well. So it's all about knowing your own body, and there's a lot coming through here with your heart chakra. Your heart just wants you to be full and real and honest, because the truth is where it lives in the heart. The truth is not this fake. The heart is not this fake positive thing. You have the Three of Swords here, you know. The the heart actually knows true pain. The mind doesn't really know true pain. The mind is like, I don't like pain, so I want to stifle it and get it out of here. But the heart is where true pain lives, and it thrives, and sometimes it breathes there, you know what I'm saying? So there's a real need to just be truthful with what you're actually feeling and allow that to be digested and not stuffed away. And then the last card you have is the 5th chakra, throat chakra, with connect with spirit. I develop a quiet mind that allows me to tune in and get in touch with my higher self or my spirit. I listen for the guidance that is there waiting for me to hear. I am open to the truth, and I welcome spiritual inspiration from others. I will benefit greatly by practicing meditation and stillness. I ask for inner guidance to assist me in getting more in touch with my spirit. I know that if I ask for guidance, it will be given. Yes, if you ask for guidance, it absolutely will be given. The truth will be delivered to you. There's a lot here about truth telling as well. There's a lot here about truth telling. Even like, it's so funny, even like this 3 of Wands is like this truth telling. It's like, if this healing and this truth telling is something that you want to experience in the future, let's bring that into the now. Let's do that now. Let's practice that now, and let yourself be your first patient. Definitely coming through. So let me move these cards to the side, because the romance energies are so alive. Like, what is this, you know? Like, that is so interesting. There is a romance element of this entire year where it just feels like, man, people are connecting at the heart. People are just connecting in physical union with true love, real love, like this deep sensation. So that is too probably why Group 1, you're being asked to go into deep sensation so you can extract your capacity and expand your capacity to hold sensation. Because love is such a beautiful thing, and it's something that we do, and it's something that we feel, you know? So something that we hold, definitely. So Group 1, Pile 1, what are these love energies coming through? Whoa. We have love yourself first, make the effort, codependency coming out, and pay attention to the red flags. And then the bottom deck, we have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and your spiritual path. Yeah. And I'll take all 4 of these cards. They feel right. It almost feels like there's some more in there that, like, you could, like, there's some more stories in there that are coming through. There's a story coming through very strongly about being playful and actually, like, being willing to be open to flirting, being willing to be open to actually getting to know people. So that's probably where the make the effort is coming through. So we have love yourself first, with your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. I'm sorry about this nail, like, it's like so messed up, but it's fine. I'm a human being. And then we have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. We have codependency. Ooh, this is coming through pretty strong, actually. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. And then last but not least, we have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. There are like so many different stories here. Let's see if tarot can help clarify some of this up. Well, it feels pretty basic, like love yourself first is like for everyone, right? Like, your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive, and I feel like that doesn't really need any divining, and I don't think any of this actually does need full divining or anything like that. Excuse me, my voice. It does feel like I want to know more about the codependency and pay attention to the red flags, but it does feel like the codependency and pay attention to the red flags is going back to that energy of not being fully truthful with yourself about the grief or the negative emotions that you feel. So you're almost codependent on becoming codependent on ways to escape or distract, ways to not feel things fully. But it seems like for your soul tribe and your romantic partner or partners, it feels like you want to, and they want to be felt fully, and you want to be felt fully. So there's a need to kind of like check in with that codependency, and to pay attention to red flags doesn't feel necessarily attached to another person. It seems like it's attached to your energy, like an energy within you, like almost like if you have this inkling that's saying, hey, we shouldn't do that, like, hey, even if it's something like diet, exercise, like, hey, we shouldn't do that. It's almost like spirit wants you to like listen to that little inkling, because it is your higher self coming through and saying, hey, if this is a life that you want to live, you have to make some changes. That's what is coming through. Codependency, and pay attention to the red flags. Make the effort is coming through pretty strong too. If codependency isn't something that you're dealing with in any form of the way that, you know, that's not your message, but it's coming through pretty strong. And then make the effort is also coming through pretty strong as well. There's a need for you to be more playful. If this is your message, please be more open, be playful, be more flirtatious, like actually take offers, you know, or like stop thinking that you're not like good enough to go on a date, or like even stop thinking that people aren't good enough for you either. It's almost like there's this energy of like picking out like tiny things about people and being like, oh no, not that and not this. I think that there's some room for like there's just more room to be flexible. And I honestly feel like this is like the overarching energy of everybody who picked pile 1. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual past. Like, I honestly feel like that is so true. It feels like things are just divinely timed, divinely aligned. It feels like what is happening in your love life is fate, and it's based on your spiritual practices. It's based in your healing. It's based on the journey that you're on right now, just like the journey that you're undertaking. It's definitely based on this healing journey. Like, the more of yourself you uncover and you love and you heal, it just cracks your heart completely open like a freaking egg. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Kind of want to pull a little some tarot for this. Let's see. We have the 8 of Wands in reverse. We have the Tower in reverse. I love the Tower card in this deck. It's so cool. And then we have the Ace of Wands. I feel like I want to pull one more card. Yeah, I'm going to pull one more card. Then we have the 5 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I'm glad I pulled. Yeah, this is, your romantic life is a fight for you. And it's almost like you need a little love to ease the pain. And then in reverse, we have the Hermit for the overall frequency here. There's a lot of you that just need to kind of like be let out of your cage and just make the effort to connect. This is being let out of your cage to like explore your sexuality, explore what it is that you like, explore your own body. What's also coming through is letting yourself out of your own cage when it comes to these this codependency, and paying attention to the red flags. Like, let yourself out of this like overruling cage of like, I have to be, in order for me to be spiritual, I have to be positive all the time. It's just like you're caging yourself in a false reality. It's just unrealistic. You're a human being. You know. So I definitely feel like it's funny, because I definitely feel like there's gonna be like tricklings of like communication coming through here. I'm not sure exactly how or where that's gonna happen, but it definitely feels like you're gonna be connecting with your soul tribe, or like definitely just connecting with your soul tribe, or like soulmates, twin flames. I don't really like using those words a lot. There's definitely some heavy connection here. But you're definitely being asked to love yourself first. And that's not to say or invalidate the love, you know, that's not to say that because you don't love yourself or something like that, they're not worthy of love. That is not what I'm saying at all. It's just there's a potency and there's a power about you and behind you that it won't allow you to come into contact with the people who want the best for you, and an energy that is not fully healed, or an energy that's not sure of itself. There's a level of spiritual awareness and spiritual honoring that you have that it just has to be aligned first in order for you to come into contact with these people. Because there's just no room for doubt. There's no room for mistrust. There's no room for insecurity. And that's not to say that there's no room to be fallible. There's definitely room to be fallible, but there's no room to question these people's character. And it seems like if you come into contact with these people now, you wouldn't be able to fully tap into who they are because of your own like insecurities and your own fear of feeling strong sensation. But it's definitely happening. There's a lot of passion here. There's definitely going to be little inklings, and it's definitely going to be making its way through. And I definitely feel like it is going to come at like a very it's going to come through as very unexpected. Like the people, places, and things that this is attached to, that this energy is attached to, is going to be a surprise to you. Like you wouldn't expect it. Like you wouldn't think it. You're like, oh, whoa, I was not expecting that, but there it is. It is definitely interwoven in your destiny, like fate. Like a lot of this feels very fate-based. Like it's something that you won't miss in your spiritual journey. It's something that you won't miss, but you're definitely being prepared to work through some darkness, and that's delicious. Darkness is delicious. Interesting. So I love this. To sum up this reading, work through your darkness. Have fun with it. You know, it's tasty, it's delicious. Darkness is where so much sexual power lives, so much of just innate power to receive and to place boundaries, and not let people take you for granted, and to plant new seeds, to really tap into abundance. It lives there. It lives there. That's where it starts. That's where it starts, and that's where it ends. The Divine Mother is the beginning and the end, and you're definitely being asked to tap into her energy this week and from beyond, this week and beyond. So thank you so much, Pile 1, for coming to this reading today. I do hope it was helpful. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. The rest will just fall away. You are not obligated to carry anything that does not resonate with you or does not vibe with what you're feeling. It is completely fine. So I do hope you come back and visit me next week to see what the energies are looking like, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your week. Bye-bye. All right, hello group 2. What's going on? For all of our friends who picked the Soda Light, this will be your power message of this week with your animal your animal message. And then we have some Chakra wisdom cards, and then we also have some Occult Tarot, because there's some deep, dark Divine Mother energies coming up, like those void energies of the deep, the beginning and the end. So I want to see what she had to say about the energies that are going on this week and beyond. It feels like she has risen, she has awakened, and she's doing some work on transforming the feminine. Whether you're in a masculine or feminine female body, you will feel this energy on some level, because duality and wholeness. So we'll start with your power animal, and then we'll get to all the other cards later, like tarot, and then we'll also be pulling some romance angels, because there's a romance element in the air as well today. So I wanted to peek in and see what that is. So we'll start with your power animal of this week. You have turtle. So you have the turtle in reverse. There is definitely a strong element here of powerlessness, and this is something that even the book talks about when you have turtle in reverse, and that message is coming through very strongly. It pretty much hit immediately. There's this level of powerlessness that you feel, and there's a need for you to honor your ability to surrender, but don't play victim. Like, you're not a victim. Like, your powerlessness and your lack of control doesn't necessarily make you a victim. It just makes you someone in a situation that you're in a situation that you don't have full control over. And that's a beautiful place to be, because that means that spirit has a plan. Spirit is working something. So the best thing that you can do is look out for yourself, your family, your loved ones, your close ones. Surrender the control of anything that you can't control, that you don't have control over. Don't worry about it, because it's not for you to worry about, you know? Because when you worry, that brings in that element of being a victim. Like, this happened to me, so I'm a victim. Now, that doesn't cancel out sometimes there are victims and that there are predatory actions, but there's a way in which you can work with that energy to move it out so that you can reclaim your power. And sometimes reclaiming your power is surrendering to a higher power, something that's higher than yourself, or surrendering to your own power and your own capability to take care of what you can control, and to allow everything else to fall into place. There's always a beautiful dance that we're doing with the universe, right? So think about a turtle in the middle of a road on its back. The beautiful thing about that is, if there is a kind person walking past, you know, that kind person can pick that turtle up and move it to the side. That would be like the equivalent of like a higher being or higher power having the consciousness to help you and move you out of harm's way. So that's what this feels like. You're not a victim to whatever you're experiencing this week, because it kind of feels like you might experience something and it might put you back into this mode of disappointment, or like, oh no, like, why did that happen? Or I'm a victim, like, this always happens to me. And you're being challenged to look at that situation differently, to look at it like, oh, I can't control this. You know, I can't control what just happened. I can't go back. We can't go to the past and rewrite it or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move forward with the knowledge and the spirit that I already have. And I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to control and change and shift and do what I can do. But I'm going to surrender the rest, because there's nothing I can really do about anything else that's out of my control, especially when it comes to other people, and especially when it comes to certain type of opportunities. You know, if opportunities are offered to you, you can't control that the opportunity was offered to you, but you can put into place that you can take advantage of the opportunity, right? So we have the star. Yep, you're not a victim. Whatever's happening to you is happening for your own good. It's beautiful. We have the star flying out of there. Let's see what else we have. Beautiful, beautiful energy. You're not a victim. This feels so strongly to where you want to just like play into the victim mentality, but it's like, nah, it's just not, no. So here is the star. I want to show you a close-up of that card. And then we have the world. Oh, this is the second time the world has come out. So I honestly feel like a lot of people are wrapping up like 2020 energies. Even though this reading is timeless, a lot of people are wrapping up like very dense, hard energies. And I feel like yours is wrapping up a victim mentality. And I feel like there's just one last thing that you have to like experience and just really just set in stone, like, it happened. I'm not a victim. It is what it is, you know. I'm moving forward with me, and that's what matters. Our last card here is the King of Cups. So this could deal with someone. It definitely is coming through that for some people here that it is, but it also feels like coming true and becoming like one with your own emotions. And then we have the Ace of Cups in reverse here. Who is that peeking out? Oh, the moon. We have the moon peeking out. Actually, I'll take her. And then we have the Ace of Cups out here as well for the overall frequency of what's going on this week. So let me make sure you can like see the bulk of the cards. Yeah, for sure. You're not a victim to your situation. This was all planned. This was all orchestrated by your higher self and higher beings, and you just have to surrender control, surrender the outcome, and just flow with the energy. I feel like there's some resistance to flow, and you're almost like going kicking and screaming like a turtle on your back, just trying to like shift back onto its feet. But it's almost like what you need is just support, and you need almost someone to come and just hold you and cradle you so that you can just release and you can flow and you can like just cry into somebody's chest or something like that. That energy is definitely coming through strong, especially with the Ace of Cups over here. I feel like it's just like, this is just an overall energy that's like helping shape your emotional well-being and your connection to your inner world and your inner energies. Like always having the power to say yes when you mean yes, say no when you mean no, and just really it's kind of like setting a standard or setting a boundary for yourself to where you never feel like you have to play in victim mentality again. Like if somebody does do something to you that makes you feel uncomfortable or that is actually predatory, you will, to a certain extent, you will condemn that person and be like, your actions were wrong, and you will let that person know what for. But you also won't get trapped in mentality of, this person did this to me, so I'm going to blame them for this wound, and I want them to show me mercy and get on my feet and kiss my feet and heal me. It's like you'll take the healing into your own hands. Like you'll take responsibility and accountability for your own healing is what I'm hearing. In a good way, because you seem like someone who honors your emotions and things like that, but it seems like you have like a knack for getting stuck in victim mentality. Like, this person did this to me, therefore I feel this way, I am hurt. You have 3 majors out here and 2 cups too, so it's just like, this is definitely emotional renewal, emotional upheaval, connecting to yourself emotionally. And it definitely feels like there's a huge cycle that's being complete. Definitely tap into the moon's energy and what she's doing this year, especially this week. Just kind of keep an eye out on her. If you have like a moon tracker on your phone like I do, I definitely do, just kind of see what energy she's playing with, or like follow her, you know, follow your favorite like astrologist or something like that and see what's going on. But definitely this week, you're not playing into victim mentality. You're understanding and knowing your power to heal, and to heal radically, to heal in the face of adversity, to continue to heal even when things are hard, even when situations may seem predatory. You're the obvious victim or something like that, or somebody is obviously overstepping their boundary with you. It definitely feels like you're going to be like, nah, like just kind of like taking that into your own hands and like not playing the victim and just understanding and knowing your own power. It doesn't seem like it'll necessarily be an easy or like the comfortable choice to make, but that's change, right? Change is never fully actually comfortable. So before we actually get into the Chakra Wisdom cards, I want to turn over the Occult Tarot cards and see what kind of like Dark Mother energy you'll be working with, because it's coming through pretty strong with this victim mentality I see going on here. So we have Strength. Yep. Let's see if we can actually see it. Builds towers or destroys stone walls. Causes rough waters. Finds witches. Yes. That's Vine. And then we also have the Ace of Pentacles. Woo. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. But gives all worldly power and treasures. Makes one rich quickly. This is beautiful. I love this. I love this. This is like so inspiring. It feels like with you exiting this victim mentality when it comes to this dark energy, it almost feels like you're opening the gate to the lords of matter. Like you're actually with coming into this emotional state and knowing that your experiences are not your experiences are because you're a human being. And you're a spirit having a spiritual experience. You're understanding the role that everything plays in your growth. Does that make sense? Like you're understanding the role that even the hardest energies play, the hardest experiences play in your life. And you're taking the power back, and you're taking the power into your own hands to heal, to move forward, and to know, hey, that person who hurt me or did this, you know, that's their energy and that's what they're working through in this lifetime, you know? And I can't keep playing small. I can't keep playing victim. I can't keep telling myself that I'm unworthy. I can't keep telling myself that I have to blame others for the lack that I'm experiencing in my own life, especially in my emotional body. My emotional body and my higher self and my future needs me. My future needs me. Your future needs you. And that's definitely the energy that's coming through. You are the star card. The star card is you. And your guides are coming through so strongly. Like, we are here and we've been following you. We've been here through the rough patches. And no matter how angry you get at us and how mad and disappointed you get, we love you unconditionally, unconditionally, and unconditionally. And that is not going to change. The word is unconditional. So it doesn't matter how loud you scream, how hard you fight, how much you cry. Whatever you're going through is for your own good, and they love you unconditionally through every step of the way. They're never going to betray you, turn their back on you, or forsake you. Never, never, never. And I feel in my heart that you're finding that every day to be true. Because you're noticing the spirituality in everything. You're seeing how everything doubles back into your experience as spirituality, as growth, as a lesson, as something to be understood. This is very, very beautiful that's coming through, how that's coming through. So let's look at your Chakra wisdom cards, and then we'll do a little mini love read, because the energy is still coming through very, very strongly. I'm like expecting it to die down a little bit, but it's still pretty alive. So your first Chakra wisdom card is courage and faith, and then you also have responsibility. Yep, exactly what I was talking about, right? You know, the cards don't lie. I'm just a messenger. The cards don't lie, you know. So you have the root chakra, which is all about like I am, surviving, living, thriving. You know, that is the I am. That is your survival, your instinctual responses. And this is taking responsibility for your own ability to respond, to do, to experience. So I love how that's coming through. They always come through with the confirmation. So we have the base chakra or root chakra with responsibility. Let's see. Make sure you can actually see it. I plant myself on solid ground by consistently taking responsibility and having personal accountability for all that I do. I allow others to depend on me being responsible. My actions speak louder than my words. I rise above excess and overindulgence as I forgive myself for my past indiscretions. I know I could not have acted in a more evolved way than I was able to at the time. That's it. You know, that's it. It's okay. Cry it out, do whatever, scream it out, do whatever you gotta do. But you know, it's just time to take responsibility for your own life and your own healing. And you just can't keep blaming others for what they did or didn't do, you know? So this is the root chakra again with courage and faith. So your root chakra is being worked this this week. I embrace courage. Let's see if you can actually see it. Sorry. Courage, faith, and adaptability, as they are needed for me to overcome my fear of change or of the future. I regularly remind myself to be positive and open to possibilities, knowing that I am the creator of my own destiny. I embrace the warrior within me. I remind myself to be a warrior, not a warrior. I am not a victim. Exactly. I feel the fear and I do it anyway. I am ready and eager to move forward. You know, the cards don't lie. The energy doesn't lie. I just, you know, readers, people who divine just translate, you know, like that's what you need right there. You're not a victim. You're not a victim. And you have some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things ready, willing, and wanting to make their way into your life. But they just need you to be in a place to where you're healed. And that message is coming through. It came through for pile number 1 as well. It feels like 2020 was a preparation for people to be open, wounded, so that they can actually tend to their wounds, so that they can heal them, because it feels like the connections that are being made are just going to need that level of healing, that level of innocence, trust, and truth. So I love how that's coming through. So let's remove these cards and get a romance message, because it is coming through very strongly. So let's see what we got over here. Ooh, okay. We have retreat. Let's see. It is time to disconnect from the world. We have new love. Okay. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. I don't know why it's losing focus. I'm sorry. And actually, let me move this. We have wedding. With this situation involves marriage. And then we also have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your life. Yeah, exactly. Similar message to group 1. And then we also have on the bottom of the deck, and it was in reverse, which is interesting. And we have unrequited or unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Okay, so there are a lot of different stories being played out here for group 2. For those already in union or in relationships, I'm honestly feeling like there may be some questioning, or you already may be questioning whether or not you should stay in the relationship that you're in. Sorry to be honest, but that's kind of what it's feeling like, especially with that Ace of Cups in reverse. I'm honestly feeling like that energy is coming back up, where it's just like, kind of like questioning like your emotional body. Like, is the person that I'm really with feeding me? Are they really inspiring me? Do I really feel love for them, or am I codependent? Like, do I feel an attachment? Do I just not want to be lonely? That's kind of what this energy feels like. Now, I'm not saying go out and get a divorce or anything like that, but it kind of feels that the energy is there to kind of like question what type of relationship you're in, and is that relationship feeding you or is it hindering you? There's also a strong energy here too of, if you're interested in somebody and that person is showing no obvious interest, it's time to kind of let that situation go and kind of like give that up to spirit, give that up to the gods, give it up basically, but not give it up as in abandonment, but give it up as in you cannot control the situation. You can't control how that person feels or not feels about you. So it's time to just kind of let that situation ride out a little bit, especially if you've already tried, especially if you've already made advances. Now, it's silly to do that if you've never even made an advance before, because you don't know how that person feels, right? But it definitely feels like there's a need to kind of just like let go of the situation. I feel like overall for group 2, the situation is kind of letting it go. Why? Because whatever it is that you're truly seeking and desiring when it comes to a relationship or a romantic partner or partners, however you interact with romance and love and relationships and stuff like that, it's all based on divine timing. Like, it's all based in like meeting the right person, being with the right person. It is crazy to me how this wedding energy is coming through. I just feel like there's a lot of people who are in marriages right now that are not satisfied. They're not getting what they want. They're not getting what they need. They're not getting the sustenance that they need to sustain their passion, their spiritual nature as a being, and they're really questioning it. It's like even the way that she's like kind of like looking at the guy, like her eyes is just like, her eyes are like like, sorry to say, but the energy is coming through. Now, obviously, if that message is not for you, it's not for you. If you're like, I'm fine where I'm at, I'm in love with who I'm in love with, it's great, everything is great, that message is not for you. But I honestly am feeling like the whole overall romance message this week for and beyond, really, this energy feels like it's going to be sticking around for a while. When it comes to the romance, is kind of letting it go, retreat, disconnect from it in some form or some way, just kind of letting the energy do its thing. So we have strength again. Yeah, you're being asked to have some strength and do the right thing. Because there's new love for you. If this is something where you're in a situation and you're not happy, I'm sorry, friend, but it's time to let it go, because there is something new out there that is completely worth waiting for. There's unrequited love here. There's definitely a strenuous energy of being with someone that you're not happy with. And then we also have the 9 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, like, we have the 4 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I'm sorry to say, but... And then we also have the King of Cups again. So it is coming through. Like, some of you are like... And we have the Magician in reverse. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for listening to me speak about this, group 2. I know this might be a little challenging, but I know for a absolute fact, anybody out there who is watching this and they feel this energy and you're over there shaking your head watching this and like, yep, that's just confirmation, and that's just you confirming what you actually feel. Like, you're not, sometimes stuff like that doesn't work out, but you learn a lot. You learn a lot. There's a higher guidance here for you. That's just like, allow this to fall away. Allow yourself to retreat from this. 4 Wands in reverse, Strength, King of Cups in reverse, 9 of Swords in reverse. You're not being paranoid. You're not being crazy. I don't care how they try to gaslight you and tell you that you're being crazy or you're not being honest with yourself. You're not being truthful. It feels like you're sitting up crying at night about this situation and about how this person makes you feel. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It just feels very, very unstable. And you're just being asked to have strength and to do the right thing. With this magician in reverse over here, it feels like manipulation. Like somebody is manipulating you, somebody is lying to you, somebody is afraid to let this connection go. And it could be you. Let me not act like, it can't be you as well. It could totally be you. You could be the liar. You could be the manipulator. You could be the one trying to hold on to a situation that is dying, or hold on to a situation that is falling away, or trying to force someone to stay in a situationship that they don't want to be in. It completely can be you too, but it's definitely coming through. That energy baseline is coming through. Like, analyze, is it you or is it them? And analyze what it really is that you want to do, because the love that you actually want is worth waiting for, is worth working towards, and it's also just worth like letting this person go. Because when you do meet the people that you want in your life and that you want to be with and that you want to be around, you'll understand that why it was so important to come to this conclusion. You'll understand. I'm just feeling so strongly that in group 2, a lot of you, whether it's a crush, whether you're in a relationship right now that you're just not really vibing with, there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. There's some of you too, there's a story here too coming up with somebody thinking about their ex, especially like ex-husband, ex-wives, stuff like that. Like, maybe I want to get back with them or something like that. But it's just like, it just feels more like lonely and like you're missing physical touch. It just feels more like you're touch starved, and you feel more starved of affection than actually love, like connection. It's more touch, affection, and not necessarily like healthy connection that you're starved for. So that's definitely how this is coming through. Group 2, you'll definitely be led to some clarity, some conclusions on your romantic relationships this week. And again, if you're not somebody that this is sitting right for, like you're like, I'm happy with where I'm at, I'm happy with what I'm doing, this message is not for you. If you felt attracted to another pal, that is probably where your romance message is. So trust your intuition always. Your intuition knows. Like, don't base your decisions on a tarot reading. Base your decisions on what you feel is true and what is confirmation for you. Okay, so to sum up this reading, group 2, you are not a victim. Don't play small. You're not lost. You're being cracked open, and whatever is happening to you right now is for your highest good. Absolutely. And you are being put in such a place of power, in such a place of strength right now, with strength to come out twice, and the King of Cups to come out again. Your emotions are being messed with and played with in the right way to make you a stronger, more stable person, and stronger and more stable in your reality. So that is all I am seeing for group 2. As always take what resonates. If it doesn't, that is okay. It will fall away, right? So I hope this brought you some type of relief, some type of clarity or understanding, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye. Hello, hello, group 3. For all of our friends who pick the African turquoise, this will be your message today. Move group 2's crystal out of the way. So obviously, as always, today we'll be pulling your power animal message. So we have some Chakra wisdom cards, and we also have some Occult Tarot, because I just felt the energy of the Dark Mother or the Divine Feminine coming through the beginning and the end, you know, the deep soil, the planting, the receiving. I felt that energy coming through very strongly today, so I just wanted to pull a message from her and see like what was going on. So we will get into this after we get into your power animal message for the week, and then we'll also do a little love message too, because it's also coming through very strongly, which is no surprise with the Dark Mother. There's like a level of ecstasy, seduction, romance coming through. So let's see, let's move the Voyager Tarot out of the way, one of my favorite tarot decks ever. And let's see what message you have when it comes to your power animal of the week. So you have Jaguar. So you have Jaguar in reverse. Okay. So Jaguar is really asking you to put some more oomph into your step. Put some more oomph into your character. It's like really asking you to embrace your integrity, your honesty, your pride, your honor. Like honestly, like, let me see how I can explain this. It's weird how the language is coming through. Like, understand how integral like integrity is to your journey. Like, speaking honestly, that message is coming through from everyone. For everyone. Like, all the piles have this riddled in the reading somewhere, where you're being asked to just be truthful. Even when it's hard, and even when it's painful, even when it's like, this might hurt this person's feelings, but I have to let them know what I really feel, you know, like, because honestly, this year, group 3, this year is all about personal freedom, being free of relationships, people, places, and things that no longer serve you in a very tangible, physical way, so that you can be connected to the things that do. And I feel like, honestly, there's a level of connection and love happening this year that nobody is really expecting. It's going to go above and beyond your expectations. So there's a lot of clearing out that you're being asked to do. So 2020 was all about opening those wounds and knowing that they were there, but this is all about 2021 is all about the nourishment of those wounds and honoring those wounds for what they are, and saying, hey, this relationship isn't working, this job isn't working, this friendship isn't working. And I honestly feel like Jaguar is telling you to kind of step up and take your power back and say, hey, like, I don't like the way you talk to me, I don't like this behavior is not okay with me, like, it's not fine that you talk to me or about me in this way, you know. And it's also the vice versa, taking responsibility for the way that you talk to other people, for the way you show up in other people's lives, and the effect and influence that you have on other people as well. So it's not one-sided, you know what I'm saying? Because we all are the victim in someone's story. I mean, not the victim, but we're all the villain in someone's story, and the victim too in our own stories in certain ways. We all play these different types of roles in each other's lives, and you're not always a good person. So don't take this as, oh, I'm the good person and this person is always hurting me, or I'm the victim here. No, it's not like that. This is a dance between honoring what's alive and what's real for you, and that's what Jaguar is honestly asking you to do, because it feels like it feels like it's something that you want to do. It almost feels like a strength that has become a weakness because of societal conditioning. Like, it's a strength of yours. Like, you actually feel like somebody who does have strong boundaries. You feel like someone who does speak up and does speak your mind, but you got so tired of being called the villain or being called the bad person or hurting people's feelings because you're very, very truthful. And Jaguar is honestly telling you, no, you need to go back to that being truthful. You need to go back to holding your boundaries. And if you truth hurts. If you gotta tell somebody the truth and it hurts their feelings, you just gotta let them know, because that's the best best thing that you can do so that you're not enabling other people to carry on behaviors in your life that you know that don't vibe with you. This is a group of leveling up and raising your frequency to a higher level. And there are some people that you're just going to have to shed. It doesn't matter, friend, family, or foe. There's a lot of shedding happening with the Jaguar power right now. And Jaguar is saying, allow that shedding to happen and stand by it. Don't try to brush it off and, oh no, it'll be fine, we can still be friends. And then, like, no, if there's somebody who really, really like, bro, I'm not cool with you, let them know, like, hey, I'm not cool with this. This is not the energy that I'm on. We're just on two different vibes right now, and I'm just not here for it. I'm just not here for it. So I honestly feel like you're gonna be challenged with that this week, and you're gonna be challenged with that. Every group, I feel like, honestly, are going to be in some way dealing with this on some level in all 2021 as we receive this nourishment and we get closer and closer with being connected to our soul tribe, the people who really feed us, who sustain us, and that we feed. There are people out there who want to nurture your mind, body, soul, and spirit just as you are. They don't want you to change. They don't want you to do all this stuff, you know, like they don't want you to just sage your whole frequency away, you know, like they want you to be who you are. They want to nurture you as you are, just like you nurture the people that you like, the people that you watch on YouTube, and the people that you listen to their music, and you just like their music, you like their music videos, you like their art, you like who they are. There's people just like that out there waiting and ready for you too. So it is so important, Jaguar people, for you to really understand that it's okay for these people to fall away. It's okay to set these boundaries, and it's okay to stand by them, and don't freaking feel guilty about it. You know, everybody has their own life to live, and you can't go around saving everybody. You can't rescue people. You can't change people. You can inspire and influence, but you cannot change. You cannot save, you know? So Jaguar is definitely coming through. Like, have some integrity. Don't back down when you are reinforcing your own boundaries, because who else is going to reinforce your boundaries? If people see that you have weak boundaries, they're going to exploit them. If people see a way in which they can exploit you, they're going to do it for their own personal gain. That doesn't make them a bad person. We're all doing stuff based on our survival and what we need and figuring out how we can get it. Okay, like, just honor your own boundaries, and don't chicken out on them. This is an apex predator right here. This is an apex ambush predator, one of the big four. This is a Jaguar. No, we're not. We're cutting it. We're deading anything that is telling us to be a chicken and to whip out on something. Hey, because it feels mostly like it's guilt that wants to try and do that, and we're not feeling guilty about nothing right now. You know, like, you've had your fun with guilt, you've had your fun with guilt and redemption and stuff like that, and it's time to just reinforce your behavior and your character. And that doesn't mean do things angrily or anything like that. You can do all these things with a beautiful level of realistic kindness. But this does not mean to continuously back down and falter when it comes to your boundaries and when it comes to your personal freedom and integrity. So that message is coming through very, very strong with the Jaguar. So let's see what Tarot has to say about this. See if we can get any more clarification. Oh, this card is alive. You have the Chariot. Yeah. You're just moving on, you know. You have the Hangman in reverse. Yeah, like, no, this self-sacrificing for other people's happiness it just has to stop. You have Learner with the Child of Crystals in reverse. I don't know why bottom deck is so alive right now. It's interesting. And then we also have the Inventor with the Man of Crystals. So let me make sure you can see all the cards, because these cards are huge and they're super cool. They're beautiful. They're very, very beautiful cards. And then bottom deck, we have Synergy with the Six of Worlds. So this will be the Six of Pentacles in traditional right away. Then we have the Chariot, the Hangman. You have two majors out here, and you have two swords cards, or crystal cards, which would be swords in the traditional Rider-Waite. So, like I was saying, there's just some stuff that you have to get a little more firm about. Like, look at this. Look at the Chariot. You know, like, there's some. You have a very, very large presence about you. You're a very, very free person. You're a very, very free spirit. And a lot of things that try to take that away from you, you reject immediately. You don't like it. You don't like it. This might be my file. You don't like it. You're a very, very free spirit. Very, very open. And you're very ambitious. Especially with the Man of Crystals over here as an inventor, you're a very ambitious person, and when you see something, you go after it. And if there is something in your life that is not vibing with you, you seek to destroy. But it's almost like this Hangman energy came through because of guilt, like this self-sacrificing. You're like, oh, I'm not doing enough, or like I have to heal everybody's wounds, or I have to be everything for everybody. And this whole medicine this week is like, no, and we're like starting this healing process for you to come back into your own, because it seems like when you were younger, especially, almost that you were vibing with this energy hard, especially with the Child of Crystals, this learner energy. It's like you're learning from your inner child, because your inner child kind of like knew this already, like you playing with a toy and somebody just like tries to come and snatch a toy out of your hand, and you're just like, excuse me, what is this? You know, you're like immediately like, nah, we got a dead that. I want my toy back. You just ain't gonna snatch something out of my hand. Like, no, like that's not cool. It's just like having this honor about you and this pride, which is a healthy pride. It's not a I am better than all of you pride or something like that. It's not arrogance. It's just having pride in yourself and having trust in your own capabilities that you can deliver for yourself and you can deliver for others. But you're not going to continuously allow people to take you for granted, you know? Like that energy is coming through way strong. You just have too much potential. You have too much drive. You have too much ambition for that. And there's too much beauty that is looking to come from you for you to try and resonate and try to match people's negative energy that you're just not vibing with. And it's time to stop self-sacrificing. And the Hangman's coming through really strongly. Like you really need to get it through your mind that it's just not, this is not the energy in which you're being asked to self-sacrifice. You know, like, you're not being asked to self-sacrifice. What you're being asked to do is sacrifice the truth even when it hurts. You're being asked to stop withholding your truth, because when you stop withholding your truth, that's when and we have the world right under that. And I honestly feel like the world over here is in reverse, mainly because the world is saying like, come into this energy. Let this energy complete you. Let this come full circle. But right now you need to reach this level of synergy, of this level of understanding. Listen, people just need my truth, and it might hurt, it might be unorthodox, and people might not understand it, and people might hate me for it, they might not like me, but those same people are probably the people that need to fall away, that aren't going to accompany you on this next level of where you're going. Or not even next level, but this next frequency. It's like you're over here vibing, they're over here vibing, and they're just not meshing, you know? It's fine. That's okay. And I know it's hard when it's people you like and when it's people you love, but it just, sometimes that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, you know? Honestly, it doesn't have to be any more, any less than that. You know, sometimes that can be very, very difficult to understand, but you're definitely being asked to tap into your integrity and operate from a level of honesty and pride and responsibility. Take a responsibility of what you're capable of, and take responsibility for the fact that you're not a savior. You're not a savior. You can heal, you can inspire, you can influence, but you cannot change, you cannot save. And when I say heal, what I mean by healing is you can give someone your truth. You can give someone your truth, because that truth is so potent, it's so healing, especially when it comes from youth group 3. It's so potent. You offer people another perspective. You give them a new perspective. So that's why you're being asked to stop self-sacrificing, stop withholding the truth. Stop not telling people how you really feel, because how you feel is the real thing that they need to hear from you. They don't need to hear your enabling. They don't need to hear your coddling. They don't need to hear your weaseling, you know, or you're walking on eggshells. They need the truth, how you really feel. Ooh. So it's so interesting how your group only got one of the Occult Tarot cards. So let's flip that over and see what message that is coming from our Divine Feminine for group 3. We have We have the Queen of Wands. Absolutely. You know, like, the cards don't lie. Teaches arts and science. Tells anything one desires to know. Gives dignities. Can make any man subject to one's demands. Gives good familiars. You have the Queen of Wands. Plus you have this 9 here, which I feel like is going back to that world energy of there's just like this last step that you need to be fully complete, so you can complete this cycle that you've been on and this journey that you've been on, and you can move forward with the Chariot energy as well. You're moving forward, and this is something that you can't miss. It's something that is fated to you're fated to experience, and you probably already experienced it, honestly. But yeah, this is definitely, you're moving on. You're releasing a very, very old, ancient cycle of self-sacrificing, of being a martyr that is just not necessary in this life form anymore. And it feels like in your past lives, a lot of your past lives, you're probably used to being the martyr, or just being your life ending in really weird ways, or ending in ways that just felt very unbalanced and unfair. And it feels like this life, you almost like have this tendency to self-sacrifice and over-please and overextend, because you feel like that is what makes people like you, that what makes you likable. But it feels like you also have this energy about you that is just like not okay with people taking advantage of you. So like in this life, you're like trying to balance those two things out. So I think you'll be coming into that, knowing that, understanding this week, and kind of working with that throughout the year. This is definitely like a yearly energy coming through, but definitely being activated this week. So let's get into your chakra wisdom cards and see what they have to say about this energy coming through for you this week, and see what chakras you'll be working with this week. So we have, you have the solar plexus and the root chakra. Like, come on, like, can it get any more like? That's where your integrity is. That's your self-esteem, and this is your I am, and this is your I will, So with the solar plexus, you have the warrior with, I embrace my inner strength, power, and resilience, and I allow myself to shine. I unfold my full potential as an empowered person with a true sense of who I am. I grow in consciousness as I overcome and transcend life's challenges. I need the warrior inside me for the journey ahead, and I am courageous in moving forward. Listen. You're moving forward, absolutely. The cards don't lie. The cards just don't lie. They don't lie. And then we have the root chakra, or the base chakra with, can you focus, please? Can we, there we go. By finding root chakra with self-sufficiency, By finding material security without being materialistic, I will gain satisfaction, stability, and inner strength. I am resourceful. I put in an effort to be responsible for supplying fundamental needs in my life, such as shelter, food, water, and clothing. I take responsibility for where I now find myself in life as I move forwards. I get in touch with and trust my innate wisdom, which tells me that I will be provided with all I need. Listen, the cards don't lie. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. That is the word that's coming through. Like you are very, very self-sufficient. Like, you know your boundaries. You know what you like and what you don't like. Look, you got the Queen of Wands out here, from the divine feminine out here with the Queen of Wands. Like, you know it. You're passionate. You're full. You're a very, very abundant person when it comes to passion and creativity. But it's just this self-sacrificing that needs to just be capped, because the self-sufficiency card is also speaking on allowing other people to be self-sufficient as well. Like, stop enabling people's behavior. Like, allow people to do for themselves, whether that's healing or whatever that is, like, allow people to do for themselves as well. You don't always have to jump in and rescue or save or change somebody. Allow them to be self-sufficient, allow them to do things for their own self. And it's funny too, because you have the warrior card, so I'm sure it's like natural for you. It's like a natural inclination for you to want to like protect and save, but it's almost like it's something that's natural in you, but you can do this in a much larger way that is beneficial not only to yourself but to others, and it's not draining to you, and it's not something that you constantly feel challenged or feel resistance toward. So I love that for you. So let me move these out of the way, and let's get into your romance message that's coming through. I love that synergy card so much with the swans, so much grace. We'll shuffle some tarot too, but let's get some messages. What is coming through for group 3 with romance and love? There's definitely a super strong romantic seductive energy. We have children. Your love life is being affected by children. Interesting. That inner child energy coming through. Yep, that inner child energy coming through. We have, this could be the one with, you've already met the romantic partner you seek. Ooh. And then we have, can I pick it up? We have chemistry with, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. And our last card, let's see. Ooh, okay, it is definitely this card. It is engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And then bottom deck energy, we have codependency, but it's in reverse. And it's interesting because it feels like it's in reverse. This is probably going back to that message of the self-sufficiency, like not allowing other people to be extremely codependent on you and your energy and your time and your space. That's coming through very strongly. Okay, let's see if you can see all the cards, because sometimes I don't always look and then I'm like, oh no, they can't even see them. So, children is coming through in a lot of different scenarios. Let me try to space them all out. Okay, so the first scenario that's coming through when it comes to children that is affecting this overall energy is there are some people out there where you don't have to decide now. Obviously, take your time deciding this, but it feels like your descendants are coming through. And it's funny because another reader on YouTube was talking about this. Her name is Rosology. She's amazing. And it honestly feels like your descendants are coming through and they're aligning something for you, but they also want you to get serious about whether or not you want kids. Like, there are souls who want to be birthed through you, but they need you to decide that first. Like, they need you to come through and say, yes, I want that, or no, I don't want that, which is very, very interesting. Do you want us to come through you or not? It's so interesting. There's a story here about your inner child. There's somebody here from your childhood that is coming through very, very strongly, that you had a connection to and you haven't seen in a very, very long time. And it feels like there might be some form of a reconciliation. There's a message here too of the inner child and following a passion project or something you're very passionate about, or something that sparks love or excitement in your inner child and is going to connect you to someone. Now, I'm not saying that this is all happening this week, but I feel like that energy is here. The wheels are turning, basically. It's funny how codependency is in reverse, because I feel like codependency for the overall frequency here is all you Jaguar people getting honest about where and how there are people in your life that you feel that you're codependent on, or how people may be codependent on you, because it almost feels like there's energy vampires, or people that are draining. It also feels like a situation that is draining, or an experience or a job or something that there's an illusion of codependency, but it's not actually codependency. You can dead it, you can cap it, basically. Almost like the power's in your hands. It's not as affecting you as strongly as it would because of your strong boundaries, and it's almost like a need for you to just take the energy within your own self. It's very, very hard to explain how the language is coming through. You're not as codependent as you think you are. You're not as codependent on anything as you think you are. And nobody is as codependent on you as you think that they are. Now, there are some people in your life and some situations in your life that are draining, but that's because there's this weird issue about self-sacrifice and self-sufficiency, and sacrificing your happiness for other people's happiness, and all it feels like if you just stop doing that, then it'll be fine. Like, you know, it just feels like what it feels like is not a strong addiction that you have to break, but like a situation of, oh, I just have to like dead that, you know, or just have to let that go, or just like not really entertain that type of energy because I'm not for it. And it feels like you have the level in you where you're like you do that pretty easily. Definitely for my pile 3s, a lot of you already know of or have actually physically met your romantic partner, and it's almost coming through too that you're already connected with some of your tribe members. Like, there are already people in your life who are like your spiritual tribe, like your actual tribe. Yeah, there are definitely people out there who are your actual tribe already that you're already connected to, and it's almost like an energy of like, let your friends help you, which is also a card, but that energy is coming through too, where it's like almost like one of your friends makes a new friend, and like there's something that pops off with you between the new friends or something. But there's definitely an energy here of group 3. Most of you already know who this person is, even if it's someone you maybe seen online and you feel interested in or something like that, but you already have a good inkling of who the person is that you want to be with. And it feels like feels mutual. It feels like there is this chemistry is actually coming through. There actually is a magnetic attraction here, but there's also this funny energy here too of like, there's this magnetic attraction that is almost like, even if you're not in union, even if you don't know each other very well, there's something like larger pulling you two together with your life is ascending to a higher level commitment. Yeah, with engagement could literally be like an actual proposal or something like that. But that energy is not coming through so much as you're just being brought closer to the person and the people that you're supposed to be brought into divine union with. Like, this is creating divine bonds. This is meeting soul tribe. And I feel like the people that you're meeting, you've been in many lifetimes with these people. Like, you experienced many lifetimes with these people before, which is really beautiful. It's really cool to see that, have that energy come out. This card wants to come out. So we have Child of Worlds with player. And that doesn't mean like actual player, but. And then we have the Hermit in reverse. Ooh, interesting. And then we have Purity with the 2 of Wands. There's another card in here. There it is. With the Fool. Yeah. And the bottom deck is Strength. Freaking love these cards so much. My favorite cards ever. I'm not sure if I showed player, but the Child of Worlds should be like the Page of Pentacles, and then the Hermit, so you can actually like see it. The Hermit is in reverse, and I feel it in reverse too. There's a need to like kind of be a little more playful and let your hair down a little bit, which is funny because it came through another another pile. And then we have Purity with the 2 of Wands. These cards are so cool. And then we have the Fool with Fool Child, which is interesting, which I was talking about, like that descendant energy, or like that birth energy of, can we be born through you or not? Like they're literally asking a question like, hey, do you want kids or not, so we know that we can prepare our like charts and stuff in our lives. So you know, it's so interesting how it's coming through. It definitely feels like group 3, put your feelers out there. Put your feelers out there, because there's definitely someone out there that wants to connect to you. Like, there's definitely someone who's already interested. There's definitely someone who has a crush, or maybe you already have a crush on someone, and it feels strongly like you should just like put your feelers out there, you know, like kind of see what's going on. Like, just test the waters, test it. Like, I honestly feel like you spend a lot of time in your own self and in your own head, and sometimes you can be so ambitious and driven to the point when it comes to like getting your bag and stuff, to where like, and that means your emotional bag, your spiritual bag, your mental bag, that sometimes you may forget like the romantic element, or the fact that you do need other people in your life in order to be happy and to be fulfilled. You know, you do need other people. We all want other people in our lives, whether they're friends, romantic, regardless of your, you know, identify your sexual orientation. More than likely, you still want people in your life regardless. So it definitely feels like there's this need to kind of like let yourself out of this cage a little bit and branch out and kind of like put your feelers out there and know that you're enough. With the 2 of Wands with Purity, there's this energy coming through like, you're enough, you're fine, like stop thinking that you can't be with somebody, or you can't find a person, or that person isn't out there, something like that. Like, no, like, they're definitely out there. And I honestly feel like with the Fool child coming out here, it's like, give yourself another chance at love. Like, give yourself a second chance. Like, give other people another chance, or not other people, but give humanity another chance to actually fulfill you, because you need other people. You need other people. I can't stress this enough. It feels like the guides just coming through so strongly with, you need other people. Other people are part of your strength. Other people are part of your journey, and other people want to play their roles in your life that are meant to be played. And there are people in your life that want to nurture you, and that want to love you, and that just want to bring so much good energy into your life this season. So I hope you open up to that. So overall, group 3, reaffirm your boundaries. Honor the fact that you are self-sufficient, and release any codependencies. And by release, I mean feel them, acknowledge them, and work with them. Work them out. Let them go. Release them. You're a warrior. You're strong. You're amazing. And you deserve happiness. You deserve these people in your life that want to nurture you on all levels, because they're out there and they're just waiting for you to allow the people who can't see that and who can't resonate with you to fall away, honestly. So that is all I'm saying for group 3. Thank you so much for chit-chatting with me today. As always. Oh, I forgot to mention too, there's an energy here too. If you're already in union, whoa, children are coming through. If you're already in union, this honestly could be the energy of your relationship going to the next level, proposal. When I tap into the energy of people who are already in relationships, children kind of like burst through the door, like, yes, it's our time. Like allow us to be born. So definitely, if you're not looking for kids right now, be safe, be careful. But it definitely feels like this is a sweet pile for people who are already in union. I feel like the people who are already in union, your connection is going to the next level. It feels very happy, it feels very good, and like you can be children around each other. You can be weird and funky and stupid around each other, and it's beautiful. It's like some real beautiful love coming through. And for all the people who are out there who are seeking that and making their way to that, or making their way to each other to experience that, it's definitely alive. It's definitely aligned, like very like strong magnetic pull, like pulling you both together. So it's very beautiful. So sorry that I had to wrap that up like that, but that is what we got for our group 3. So thank you for chit-chatting with me. We come back next week. And please let me know down in the comments, like, what is this energy? How's this energy affecting you? Like, what is actually going on in your week? How is this resonating with you? And obviously, if it's not resonating, that's okay. Take what does, and the rest will fall away, my friend. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, group 4, for all of our friends who picked the Spellcaster Tarot. My brain went so blank. And the Amethyst Shard. This message is for you. So as always, we'll do some divining with tarot, but we'll leave that for later. And we also have our oracle cards that we'll begin into as well. So we have our Chakra Wisdom cards, and then we have some Occult Tarot cards. So this will help us get our message from the Divine Mother, or the Dark Mother, Divine Feminine, because her energy was coming through very, very strongly today. So we'll leave those there, and then we'll be also getting a romance message because it's coming through very strong, which is not surprising at all. So let's flip over your power animal and see what power animal you have this week. You have blank. Okay, I knew there was going to be a blank out here. So the blank cards, there are 9 in the deck, and the blank cards basically represent oh yeah, because bottom deck, when I was done shuffling with everybody, was a blank, and I was like, there's a blank in here somewhere. So it's so interesting. The blank cards represent the energy of being able to put a animal that's not currently in the deck in that space, in that medicine shield. So what's interesting, I can't fully remember if Badger's already present in the deck, but there is a energy here of Badger spirit. There's a strong connection to Badger spirit here. You're being asked to protect yourself. You're being asked with Badger Spirit to be fearless and bold. So there's another deck that has a Badger Spirit with that same tag, and that's actually the energy that's coming through from that card. Be fearless and be bold. Step out into your power. Honor your radiance and honor your ferocity. Like, this is the energy of you're being asked to know that you're the shit. Like, you're honestly being asked to know that you are valuable, you're special, you're amazing, and that does not take away from anybody's else power. That does not take away from that. Does, because you honor yourself as special or beautiful or amazing does not mean that other people are not. You know, everybody should feel that they are amazing and that they're special, because they are. So 2021 already for me has this energy of connecting to soulmates, twin flames, soul tribes. So everybody coming into their respective communities where they need to be and resonating at the levels where they need to be for their own growth and pleasure. And this feels like you can't play small. You're not small. You have a large soul. You can't play small. And I feel like this medicine shield is in reverse is because you're trying to. And it doesn't necessarily feel like you're playing small as in self-sacrificing per se, but it feels like playing small as in, oh no, I'll never be like that, so I just have to not think about it. Or like you're trying to purposely distract yourself from thinking about having or obtaining anything higher than the level that you're already at, because it's too scary to think that you are that special. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're like, oh yeah, I'm special, I'm cool, and you know that there's something way more unique about you than just that, but you're too afraid to explore it because you think that that cancels out other people's power. You feel like that cancels out other people being amazing or special, and it does not. It just means that you're honoring your special beauty and you're shining, and you are actually beautifully modeling the way in which you can do that, the way in which that can be achieved. You see what I'm saying? Like, other people can see you and get inspired. Now there are going to be people who see you and cower. That's not your problem. That's their problem. You're shining and you're being beautiful and you're being yourself. You're being authentic and you're being fearless. Like, there's a level of powerful and there's a level of power and there's a level of powerlessness that comes with being fearless and that comes with being bold. When you're bold, you're stepping into your power and you're saying, I'm doing what it is that I want to do. And when you're fearless, there's this level of powerlessness where you're like being vulnerable to the world. You're allowing the world to fully see you, and however they come at you is the way that they come at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very, very beautiful how this energy is coming through. So let me pull some tarot cards to see what's going on here. So I'm going to take these cards. Like, when they flip like that, a lot of times my brain is just like, in my heart too, is just like, So you have the Ten of Swords. Your energy is coming through very, very quickly and very, very swiftly and very fast. Like, it's like your guys like need you to understand this. You have the Four of Wands in reverse. There's some more cards in here too in the deck. You have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. You don't understand how hard you've been working. You don't understand. You don't understand how powerful you are. You don't understand how special and amazing that you are. You have the Two of Pentacles. Oh, Death is coming through too in reverse. Death wants you to honor your change. And then bottom deck, you have Judgment. Oh yeah, this is rising from the ashes. This is going from this to that. Whoa, this energy is huge. I'm sorry, like, if you hear me like squeaking in my chair, like, I'm kind of like dancing right now because I'm just feeling it. But it's just, yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful energy. I love this. Like, you are deading this old part of you that is like, oh no, I'm so small. It's like your shit, like the shell that you're in is too small right now for your soul. Like that's what it kind of feels like. And you're not physically dying. Like, I don't feel a physical death here, but the shell or these constructs, the way you constrict your own self, is shedding. It's dying. It can't sustain you anymore. And you don't realize the amount and the level of work that you put into this. It's like you're juggling these two ideas of, I want to be small and I want to be great and I really want to shine and be radiant and resonate with the people who really are here for me. But you're like, but that's scary. And what if I'm wrong? And what if I'm not good enough? And what if people don't actually like me? What if people attack me? What if people hurt me? It's like you're juggling these two ideas, and death is just coming through. Like, if you don't honor your change, if you don't honor what's happening for you, if you don't honor your own inner desires, because it feels like you're trying to like play in two spaces of, I can choose this route and this route is safer, but it won't really satisfy me. And then there's another energy coming through of, oh, this will really satisfy me, but it's scary and it's big, it's huge, and it is not safe. It is not the safe route. Let's see what's under here. The Magician. Yeah, you've been manifesting this. You know what's going on here. You know what's going in here. You've been manifesting this energy, and it hasn't come through tangibly yet because you don't understand how large this is and like the level in which you'll reach, in which like, this is huge energy. This is huge. This is like some definite like fire energy, like some like Jupiter, Sagittarius type, very expansive energy. Like, this is definitely like, you don't see how hard you've been working. And it feels like you've been met with a lot of sadness, a lot of grief, a lot of disappointment, especially for the Ten of Swords to be out here. But death is saying, honor your change, honor what you really feel inside, and we're gonna dead everything else because it's not serving you. Like, this playing small and this like, oh, I want the safe route because it's safer and people won't hate me as much. And I feel like death and judgment are coming out, and they're like, let people hate you. Be unorthodox, be crazy, be you, be authentically you, be fearless, be bold, be big, be big. You have such a big soul. You shine very, very brightly already. You do that now. Your shell is too small for you. So allow it to shed, allow it to change, and when I say small, I don't mean like your physical body is too small, but the way that you think and the way that you encapsulate and see yourself is too small. You have to see yourself larger. That thing that you want and that you desire and that you want to achieve is literally yours. Like, with the Magician to be under the reinforcing judgment, it's literally yours. Like, it's literally your divine destiny. Like, it's literally your destiny. That life that you want is literally your destiny. It is like fate. And you're being asked to rise from this smallness, I can't even stress that enough. And it's interesting because your group got like the most divine feminine or dark mother cards too. Well, they're not dark mother cards, they're occult tarot, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna flip these over and see what this energy is talking about, because I feel like you definitely have some like the divine mother is definitely awakening you, and she's yelling at you. Like, she is pushing you in a certain direction and you're fighting her, you're resisting her because you don't, and regardless of your gender, right? But this dark feminine energy and this desire to experience life and to receive and to just to taste and just feel the vibrancy and flavor of life in the way that you want to is so alive. And she is making you sweat. She is like coming through like, we are going to do this and you do not have a choice. So I'm interested in what her message is. So we have the Nine of Swords with causes great battles and wars, causes wounds to petrify. Then we have the Five of Wands, teaches languages, causes earthquakes, overthrows politicians or clergymen, returns those who have run away. And then we have the King of Swords, with reveals knowledge of forthcoming battles and procures the favor of lords and kings. Yes. Listen, free fall, my friends. Like, allow this to just happen. That big life that you want, what that you desire, whatever it looks like for you, allow it to happen. Allow it to, like, you're, how can I say this? Like, with the Nine of Swords out here, it feels like you're it feels like you're being so paranoid about it, and you're overthinking it. You are overthinking it, and you're really with the Five of Wands in your head fighting like, oh no, I haven't done enough. There's no way that's gonna happen for me. Like, okay, so there's a song by Kaytranada, Free Fall. Go listen to that song for sure, or just blast some Kaytranada just to get in a feel good mood, or just move your energy and just dance, because Kaytranada is just like, that is some good music right there. But just allow yourself to be big, because it's like you're fighting with it, like you're really, really fighting with it, and it's like almost like this is like the divine, like, dark mother, and like you're like literally trying to run away from her. You're like, no, I can't do this. I'm not good enough. I'm not blah blah blah. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not this. And she's like literally capturing you and being like, if you don't get over here, just, you know, like, you just don't do what you're being asked to do, you know, and just honor what your desires are. Like, honor the life of your desires, honor them, because they're so alive. And the King of Swords really is out here to tell you that it's fine. Like, it's fine. Like, the King of Swords really just like, clear your mind, clear your soul. You are fine. Take a deep breath, because you're fine. You're fine. Like, all I hear from the King of Swords over and over again is like, you're literally fine. Like, you're literally overthinking and overreacting to a situation that you already know that you want to manifest, and you keep saying that you're not great enough. And the King of Swords and the Dark Mother too is coming through like, you literally are. Like, this is literally what this whole journey was for. You prepared lifetimes for this moment, to understand that this is attainable, and the only person it's going to come from is you. Whatever this is that's alive in you, that wants to be birthed, the only person on this planet that it can come from is you. Like, you're shedding an old layer, and like death is coming through. Like, do you see like this like little face right here? Like, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's like shedding, like just like a melting. Like, there's a melting that's happening from you, and death is like, we're honoring this change. You don't have a choice. You don't have with death out here, you don't have a choice. Judgment out here, your guides, your divine feminine, what's awakening in you, your journey, the new road that you're going to be on, because I feel like there's a new road for you, but you've already had knowledge of this road for years and years. It's just you're finally stepping onto that road, and you're finally honoring it. Like, yep. And your guys, like, we're gonna guide you, because we have a higher perspective from this, and we're gonna help you. Like, they're here for you. Like, they're backing you. They're like, we got this. They're not letting you fail. So before we get into your love message, let's go into your chakra wisdom cards and see what they are saying. The chakras that will be highlighted this week. Even though this energy feels like it'll be activated this week, I feel like there's a lot being activated early 2021. This is definitely a yearly. This is definitely like gonna be throughout your year. Like, just this awakening, stepping into that journey, stepping into this path, and watching it all manifest and materialize. So we have the heart chakra with compassion and forgiveness, and we have the throat chakra with setting boundaries. We'll start with the setting boundaries. Let me just, like, so it's not confusing. I need to start looking at my phone to see if it's actually focused. There we go. I teach others how to love and respect me by how I love and respect myself. Yes, my integrity is supported when I express my thoughts and feelings. I'm aware of excessively wanting to please others. I will maintain and grow my personal power by saying yes when I mean yes, and saying no when I want to say no. I speak up for myself, and I set boundaries regarding other people's behavior. I do this by asking for what I do want, such as respect, patience, tolerance, and support, rather than telling them what I do not want. Yep. Be fearless and be bold, my friend. Just shine. Get out there and shine. And whatever this is holding you back and telling you that you're too small, it's time to move past that. And then we have the fourth chakra, heart chakra, with compassion and forgiveness. I have compassion for myself and for those around me. I'm being asked to read that first line again. I have compassion for myself. I have compassion for myself. I have compassion for myself and those around me. I let go of anger, resentments, and torments from the past, and I do not give my power away to those involved. Forgiveness is a gift I give to myself. I forgive myself for things I feel I could have done differently in the past, and I remind myself that my response could not have been any more evolved than it was at the time. I am compassionate to those in need, as it shows them that they are not alone. I practice this by listening, sharing, understanding, and being of service. Yep. The best way that you can be of service, group 4, is by shining your highest light, by being your most authentic self. And that's pretty much anybody on the planet, right? But I feel like this is your year. Like, this is your time to really set that in stone and model what that looks like for other people. And for the people in your ecosystem, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're definitely being asked to find this level of balance between honoring and loving yourself and your own radiance and not being afraid to shine as large as you want to, but also honoring that other people, that is possible, and it is the same thing for other people. Other people are beautiful, they're special, they're amazing, just like you. So have that same compassion for yourself that you want to have for other people, you know? And set any boundaries that you need to in the external world and the internal world, because sometimes in our mind we need boundaries. We need boundaries in our mind sometimes, because your mind will try to keep you from doing the thing that feels scary. And I feel like that is exactly what's happening here. Your brain is like trying to tell you, oh no, that's scary, we can't do that, that's too large, it's too scary, I don't know how I'll be able to do that, I don't know if I'll be able to respond. But you have to trust that your future self is willing and ready and being optimized to respond accordingly at the time that these situations really come into play. It's definitely coming through so strong. So, well, definitely, I love this energy. You are a beautiful soul, and it is time for you to stop playing small. So let's move all this out of the way and get into your love message, or not love message, but your romance message. I gotta stop calling it love, because love is like so much more than just romance, you know? So, ooh, I almost started singing. I am so sorry. So we'll move this out of the way and let's get to your love message, your romance message. Ooh. So, let's see. For our Badger friends, our fearless and bold friends who are going to shine their beautiful highest light for all of us to consume and to share and to love and nurture. What is your love message? Oh, we have new love. Do I have these upside down? Some of them are. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Ooh, that's the second time that's come out. All right, and then we have unrequited love. With there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. That's so funny, because it almost feels like that has nothing to do with actual people outside of you. If it did, I would have said it. I would have been like, listen, fam, sorry. Like I did in one other pile. But this feels like more like that old self, that old piece of you, that shedding, that small piece. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep that relationship alive within you. And then we also have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. We have healing family issues with your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Well, I was say your partners, but that too. We also have deception that came out with, hold on. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship, and I'll take bottom deck too. Bottom deck is, guess what? You deserve love. Hey, you know, like you deserve love, absolutely. And you deserve love in the way that you want to be loved, and you deserve the experiences that you want to have in this life when it comes to romance, when it comes to fun, adventure. And it's not even necessarily like a deserve it more than anybody else, because I know that's what your brain is thinking. It's not that. It's just simple as it's your time, you know? And this deception card is interesting because it's coming through again. Like, I feel like all this mainly has something to do with you and like less with like other people. Like, it's more directed at like you. Like, the unrequited love doesn't feel like another person. The deception card doesn't feel like another person. It feels like this false mask that you're wearing where you're like, okay, I'm going to do this because it's safer. And I might not be that fulfilled in this life, and I might not be fully satisfied, and I may not connect with the people I want to connect to, but at least it's safe. At least it's I can control it. It's controllable. And it's like the energy that's here is basically saying keep an open mind, because what you're about to experience is out of your control. It is fiery, it is fun, it is adventurous, it is alive. You know, it is very vibrant and very colorful, and it's those type of experiences that you just have to be there. You just have to be a part, you know. You just have to be there to understand the magnitude of its magic. And this is definitely what's coming through for you. It feels like this week you're going to start realizing very greatly that you do deserve love. You are a lovable human being. You're special. You're amazing. And you deserve the love that you want. It doesn't matter like what your love languages are. If you're all 5, if you got 6, 7, 8 of them, you know, you added some extra. It doesn't matter. You're going to understand that there are people out there who are willing, ready, and waiting to love you like you want to be loved. And there are people out there who are waiting for the type of love that you give in the radiance that you shine. So it's like really come out of this self-deception, because this feels so much like self-deception. Now, there could be that energy here of people who are in deceptive relationships or relationships that are dwindling down, that are coming to their end. That energy is here. It is alive, but it's not taking over the overall message. For people who are in union, it definitely feels like there's this energy here of like keeping an open mind about your partner. Feels like their dreams and goals, kind of like stand by them. Keep an open mind about what they're experiencing, and kind of come together when it comes to your family issues too. Like, don't necessarily break it up into like a blame game or something like that. Like, make sure that you're taking everybody's opinion into account. You know, you're practicing compassion, and you're practicing that forgiveness, like we talked about earlier in the reading. That's definitely what is being asked for people in union. Now, if that message is not for you, that's fine. If you're like, hey, I'm about to break up with this person, hey, don't tell them you got it from me. You know what I'm saying? But the energy is definitely alive, to where the primary energy is take off the mask. You know what you want. You know exactly what you want. Stop playing like, oh no, I want this, but like, no, stop it. Like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that in 2021. We are being honest about what we desire, and we are asking for what we desire, and we are deading anything that's not that. You know what I'm saying? Whew. That's coming through very, very strong. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to be closed off or have some unrealistic, impossible standards, especially with keeping an open mind here. I feel like keeping an open mind here too is referring to it's crazy. It keeps going back to that same energy. Keep an open mind about what you can actually achieve, and the people that you can actually have in your life, and the people that you'll actually date. This message comes through a lot, where you got to stop thinking that people are just out of your league or something like that. This energy is coming through like, no, they're like literally like nobody's out of nobody's league. People just date who they want to date. And they have their own set of standards. Okay, you can't put that same pressure on everyone. Like, you have a whole new way of looking at romance and love, the cycle of your life. And I feel like you're going to be hit with that energy really, really hard this week, where you're like going to be really challenged. It's like, hey, like, I'm not interested in energy that doesn't fulfill me. I just want to get a bottom deck energy here, because I don't feel like I need tarot cards at all. It just feels like it's like echoing. And the bottom deck we have, you know, and there's nothing else that needs to be said there. Ace of Swords. You're definitely going to be hit with that mental clarity. Listen, you have the King of Swords, you have the Nine of Swords out here. You had a lot of energy just really referring to the fact that you just need to get it through your head that your shine does not dim anybody else's. It actually does the opposite, and it inspires, and it influences, and it's beautiful. You have a whole new level of understanding coming to you if you're just willing to let go of this self-deception and allow yourself to be big. Allow yourself to be strong. Allow yourself to be powerful. If people are burned by your light, they got too close and they shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? Be fearless and be bold, because you are a powerful, powerful, powerful group 4. Ooh. Man, you are so lovable. And I feel like I have this resistant energy that's trying to fight me on it. Like, you're like, but nah. like, listen to this. Try this practice. Write down all of your desires and then write the buts. And what I want you to do is write whatever is after but is fear. It's old conditioning and it's a lie. So, right, I desire to eat ice cream with my crush, but anything after the word but is a lie. I desire to do this, but like, get a little more realistic about what you actually can achieve. Be fearless and be bold. That's coming through very, very strongly. Try that practice, the butt challenge, the butt challenge. You know, the butt practice of really analyzing what your true desires are, because typically your true desires are always hidden by the word but. And that's definitely coming through. That'll definitely help you really tap into this Ace of Swords energy this week. I always get interested. Look, the Ten of Pentacles is under the Ace of Swords. Yeah. So, let me know now in the comments if you try the butt challenge or the butt practice. Because it is very, very enlightening for sure. But overall for this reading, be fearless, be bold, shine bright. Just because you shine does not mean anybody else cannot. And when it comes to your love, allow that old piece of you that you just don't love anymore, that you're not attached to anymore, to just fall away. Take off that mask. Stop deceiving yourself and telling yourself what you can't have. Rather, try telling yourself what you can have. Oh, just like you're setting boundaries. You're setting boundaries with your own mind. I speak up for myself and I set boundaries regarding other people's behavior. I do this by asking for what I do want, such as respect, patience, tolerance, and support, rather than telling them what I don't want. That's definitely something that you need to do in your own mind. With like the inner bully that you have, that's definitely something that you need to do with your own mind. Do that with family too if you need, because with the Healing Family Issues card out here as well. But definitely setting boundaries, and taking control over your own life and your own thoughts and how they influence you. Yes, we're here for it. So that's all I am seeing for group 4. I'm sorry that like kind of trailed off a little bit, but the energy is so vibrant, it's so alive. Man, let me know what is going on for you this week. I would love to know. And I am so glad you came to chit chat with me today, because that was a very radiant, fun reading. I love that. So I hope to see you next time. As always, take what resonates, because if something does not resonate, it will fall away, and that is okay. All right, so take what resonates. And I'll see you next time. I will see you next time. Bye bye.